Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. It's Josh, back here in 2020. I got Homebrew here. Ooh, look at that clarity. We'll get to that in a minute. Cheers, everybody. Let's look at this beer for a minute. I'm trying to find something that has like writing on it. Look at that. That's showing up on camera. Hydro flask right there through the beer. So this is, the beer is a pale ale. It was intended to be, what's the best angle for you guys here? There we go. Ooh, nice. Except my hands are behind it. There it is. All right. It's been a long time since I've played with the camera. This was intended to be a red in color IPA. I just wanted to use Red X again and make a crystal clear IPA. I find nothing more beautiful than a crystal clear red beer. And this was my first time truly giving the effort and the patience to properly cold crash. Oh, that looks sexy. And properly use gelatin. And it was worth the wait. And I was looking to make a session beer. This one, I'm going to do a little bit of a walkabout with you guys. This one was designed to be a session beer. I wanted it to be more red. That's okay. We'll figure that out next time. It's a 4.6% ABV. I also have a coffee stout on tap that is 5.2%. So let's do some chores. I'm going to take some bottles downstairs while we walk downstairs. So I don't know where I was going with that. Two pretty low ABV beers, if you know my brewing style. The intent was to drink a little more sessionable. I tend to get a little too messed up on my beers, and I wanted just kind of a clean, easy drinking beer, and that's what this is. So this is a super simple recipe. I think it's 4 pounds of 2-row, 4 pounds of Red X, a variety of hops. It might be Citra and Galaxy, perhaps. So I brewed that beer, and then when did I brew that? I think I brewed that at the end of December 2019. Happy New Year, by the way. And so I had a resolution that I wanted to follow through on for the year of 2019, but it just never happened. I was moving homes into the home that I'm at right now for a total of 2 years. Anyways, 2020, I decided, you know what? I'm going to try this. Who knows how long it's going to last. Lermo 22 last year said he was going to do it in my absence. He was going to try. It didn't last very long. Today is January 14th. So we're good so far, 14 days. The resolution is this. And you guys can join along late if you'd like. You're only 2 weeks late to the game. I'm going to attempt to drink only what I brew. Homebrew. I can drink other people's homebrews. Here come the exceptions. I can drink other people's homebrews. I can drink commercial beer if I go to a brewery or a bar or a restaurant and have their beer on tap. No take-home growlers or six-packs or bombers or bottles or whatever. You can have commercial beer gifted to you, but don't have your wife or girlfriend go buy some and then say, don't have them go to the store and be like, hey, go get yourself a 30-pack of whatever and then gift it to me. No, that's BS. Can't do that. Parties are maybe the exception. People leave beer at your home, great. You buy beer to bring to a party and you happen to come home with it, or you just drink it at the party, that's fine. But no take-home daily store, daily drinker store beer. That's the idea. So drink only what I brew in 2020, which means I'm going to be ramping up the brewing effort a lot. So on that note, the trusty brew stand is looking pretty good and still rocking and working fantastic for me. My father-in-law made a sign for the brewery as part of a Christmas present. Actually, was my Christmas present from him. He does a lot of metal fabrication for like hot rod, louvers and air venting for, the hoods for, Jeeps, like Jeep Wranglers. We were officially established in San Diego County in 2017, but I've been doing the brew tubing thing for much longer. In here is the Dean's List Old School Double IPA that I believe is the first brewed beer of 2020. So, once the coffee stout kicks, sorry, I'm closing the door with my foot. Once the coffee stout kicks, we're gonna get the good old Dean's List Double IPA, Old School Double IPA on tap, and get that thing rolling. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna clear it out, crash it, use gelatin, make that thing crystal clear. And then just today I decided that I'm going to use Old School in the local San Diego, America's Finest City homebrew competition that is put on by, that light's terrible, that is put on by Quaff, quality, is there QUAFF? I think it's just, I thought it was Quality Ales and Fermentation Fraternity, something like that. So they put it on every year. Ryan Rashan alerted me to it. And I just said, hey, you know what? I'm going to enter. I wanted to, he posted a Facebook link for registration being open for NHC, for Nationals. And I commented, hey, it'd be really cool to put, I may consider my barley wine that I brewed back in September. That is my OG barley wine recipe. I think it was Barley Wine 2.0, the 12.3% ABV version that I made a number of years ago. Kept that recipe. It's the Drunken Sailor is the Peer Review Brewing official name for it. So other than that, what's next on the docket to brew is going to be, I got also, speaking of Mike Dean, I got the recipe from Mike Dean, who got the recipe from Nate Pico, and Mike Dean passed it along to me. It was the Maharaja clone. I think it's on the calendar. I've already scheduled it out, as is Coconut Lime Blonde. That's a fan favorite, so I'm going to brew that. I don't have a name for that one for Pure View Brewing yet. I need one, though. I'll get there. We'll see. Most of my house beers, God, I'm sorry about that light, guys. Most of my house beers have a name, and it's only right if, that's a good little view. It's only right if I get a name for every one of the house beers. Speaking of the SJ Pour Challenge, yes, I was trying not to gloat about it too much or make it the main topic of this video, or put it at the beginning of the video or what have you, because where do you go from there after talking about this? But yeah, I finally did it. I finally won the SJ Pour Challenge. Now, it's not my first time getting first in the U.S. The last time that we had it as a world competition, I got first in the U.S. and then moved on to third in the world. And then the year prior, I was second in the U.S. and I believe second in the world it was when I did the Red X IPA, Session IPA. That was the session, beer year. And then the next year was the Iron Chef, the Iron Brewer, where you brewed a different beer for each round. That was the year I got 2017. I got first in the U.S., but third in the world. Anyways, so this one was all stars get a bye, and then I competed in round 2 and 3. I got second in my hub for round 2, and then first in the U.S. for the final round. So that was awesome. Pretty stoked. I did not expect to certainly get first or anything in the top 3. I was just jazzed that I was in the top 6. There was some very heavy competition out there. There was some very good beers. I am so proud to say that our SJ Pour Challenge this year had in the top 6, think about this, 2 IPAs, that's a given. I mean, we can't just have one IPA. So there's 2 IPAs, a double IPA and a New England IPA. There was an IPL, a fruited sour, a barley wine, and then mine was the Belgian Golden Strong Ale. So that was pretty unique, I'd have to say. And I'm pretty proud to be in the top 6 with those names and those beers, and in this past year. It was an awesome time. So now we're moving forward to a spring schedule. Got to turn it around quick. I don't know what I'm going to brew yet. Maybe one of the beers I talked about earlier will be in it. We'll see. I don't want to give anything away, but there's a possibility that I will enter one of my house beers. I do have some house beers that are not adjunct heavy, but they're adjunct friendly. And all I have to do is alter some hops to make it happen. Or I can just get the creative juices flowing and come up with something else. We'll see. I mean, I like to take risks, and I like to dare to brew with fun and adventurous things, but I also like being able to compete in this thing. You know, that's the whole point of the competition. That and learning about homebrewing and sharing that, you know, with my fellow competitors, and helping everyone get better as brewers. So my arm is officially tired. I think I'm going to probably wrap this up soon, but yeah, I mean, what I've been up to has just been brewing, living life, working. It's a different age, or a different time in my life these days. I used to have endless amount of time for YouTube. I miss it. I do miss contributing to it. It's just, you know, time, priorities, life, getting older. I've been busy with fishing, camping, holidays. I decided to be my own mechanic and lift my daily driver, my 4Runner. That was interesting. It's always interesting messing with vehicle suspension, but especially after what happened to the last car that I had for a brief 30 days. You would think I wouldn't go anywhere near it. Maybe I'll have a picture of that too. But I put a lift on that, worked on my boat trailer a bit. Went lobstering quite a few times this past season.
They're pretty small too, though.
Oh, that's legit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Little fat moray.
Oh.
Oh yeah. But it's too cold. All the fish are not coming after the lures. The lobsters are gone, it seems, and it might be time to call it until maybe April or May or something like that. So between now and then, it's work, home life, and brewing. So hope to see you guys on the old tubes, and looking to hear back from you guys and participating a bit more. I may even go to some homebrew club meetings, local ones. We'll see. But cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see what 2020 brings us. The best to you and yours. And cheers. See ya.